Modern people's sense of happiness often comes from, I will be happy if I have this, I will be happy if I can afford that, or I will be happy if that person is my partner. However, when Jesus chose his disciples, his teachings adopted a method of subtraction. Take nothing for the journey except a staff, no bread, no bag, no money in your belts. Wear sandals, but not an extra shirt. Mark 6:8. We might be surprised. Didn't Jesus worry that his disciples would go hungry while working? When we look at the life of the prophet Amos in the first reading, we can understand this. Amos was just a shepherd and a dresser of sycamore-fig trees. If Amos were to be a prophet, what basis would there be? The cost Amos brought to his preaching was a life of poverty. A life of poverty is more convincing because, in a sense, a poor person is freer and not subject to any king. If you take someone else's possessions, can you still criticize them? When the disciples were sent out to preach the gospel, they adopted subtraction, taking fewer things, whether it be wallets or clothes. This lifestyle taught them that what they needed to rely on in preaching was not the superiority brought by material possessions, but the sincerity of their hearts and their trust and dependence on God. Whether in religion or society, corruption begins with the desire and pursuit of material things. Simply put, we need to balance our attitudes towards life because excessive pursuit of material things makes people lose their trust in the Lord and think that everything in the world comes from their efforts, leading to moral decay in life. During Amos's time, the king's luxurious lifestyle filled the temple with injustice and deceit and privilege. All religious ceremonies became transactions. The Lord chose Amos because he was a poor man without any weaknesses, able to preach boldly without considering the king's face. From the life of Amos to the disciples who had nothing, a theme emerges, which is freedom. Someone once said that freedom is not doing whatever you want, but not having to do what you don't want to do. Amos could preach boldly without accommodating anyone. Dependence is a common problem for everyone today. Many people find it hard to leave their phones. This does not mean that phones are bad, but we consume too much time on the internet. Phones were initially meant for better communication, but due to their presence, we gradually lose communication with our family members in real life. Another form of dependence is on others, feeling unable to be independent or live without a particular person, which is also a common problem. Jesus' disciples needed to be independent in both spirit and material aspects because what they truly needed to rely on was the Word of God. If the disciples only liked to stay in the homes of wealthy people, enjoying good food and drinks, they might always long for a superior lifestyle and forget their mission. The dispatched disciples often went to preach about the God they firmly believed in who sent them. Because of their trust in God, they were willing to follow and share the gifts given by God with everyone. Take nothing for the journey except a staff. The staff symbolized trust in God. In the time of Moses, the staff represented authority and power. By preaching with authority, freeing people from the bondage of evil, this was Jesus' message.